those schools that are still in need of affiliation, consolidation, or merger, or looking for people to work with to develop curriculum and try to hire teachers and offer a good program for kids. There's still a strong number of people who need to do that. And one of our students is superintendent at Tryon, Nebraska. They have 79 kids, K-12, and that's as big as that's going to get. And they have nobody to consolidate with. I mean, there's nobody within driving distance. And so their considerations are, how do they get a global kind of education to kids in Tryon and get them equipped for a world that's certainly different than it was 10 years ago, without the benefit of being able to consolidate with somebody. So that's just a little background. Let's talk for a little bit, if you don't mind, just sharing some of your ideas about what are the kinds of things that as board members, or that you think as citizens of the community, would say are successes. How do you measure success in New York Public Schools?
So one thing is what the students are ready to do and do once they're through our system. And sometimes that's harder to measure, but you know, because most of them go on to some form of further education. But maybe that's some of our success right there is that they're, number one, able to do so, and then number two, what kinds of programs that they're ready for.
Yep. And my guess is your graduation rate is pretty high, which would be another, I think, a good measure of success. Schools like Ward are very successful in graduating the majority of their students, and I don't know what your numbers are, but my guess is you're in the 90% somewhere.
Because depends on where you figure it. You know, if you figure it from 8th grade.
Yeah.
Because I know one of the things that we've talked about a lot over, not at any given time, but over a lot of different times, is, you know, in each particular grade or class, you can pick out, you know, 3, 4, 5, 10 students that, you know, they're going to be successful in about anything they try and do. But, you know, when we have the total number of students that we do is, you know, 50 or whatever in each grade, it's whether we can give a good education to all 50 of them.
Yep.
Because some of them are going to do well regardless of the situation. It's if we can give all of them a boost and help the ones that maybe need some help.
You have a pretty good sized special ed program or services. Is that offered through the service unit, or do you have your own special ed program?
We have our own for the most part.
Okay.
But there's a pretty good percentage of kids are involved in that.
It increases all the time.
Well, especially with elementary, you know, with all the title that's going on, you know, it kind of, I hate to say levels the playing field, but some kids that, you know, maybe don't have quite the support at home, you know, I think get picked up in the elementary and maybe get a boost that they wouldn't otherwise get, you know, within the school. So.
Good. So I've got students, what students are ready to do when they graduate, and what they do achieve after leaving high school in Ord. Many go on to higher education. Graduation rate. One of the things you think is a success is that, at least in your planning and demonstration, you want to get to all the kids in every class. It's not just working with the middle of the group, it's trying to serve everybody, and that's a measure of success. Any other things come to mind, success-wise?
I don't know if it's a real success, but I think there's quite a number of kids that come back to the community even after the higher, whether it's a trade school or college or whatever. You know, there's been them or come back and be involved in the community. I guess that's gotta be some success for a rural area.
Well, it
to be able to
is.
attract them back.
Yeah. I think, I just talked to, well, I have an advisee who married a girl from Ord, and he was in my office this morning. He married Paul Markowski's daughter. His name is Jeff Weber. He's a trainer. And so I said to him, I'm going to Ord tonight. Yeah, he's a big guy. He said, I'm going to Ord tonight. He said, that Ord is a great community. He said, they're gonna have a new school, they got a new hospital, they've got, I mean, he was a walking Chamber of Commerce guy for Ord. But I mean, he would happily settle here. I think his wife got a job in a pharmacy.
She's a pharmacist. She's
Yeah.
actually doing her internship at our store right now. But she
Okay.
got a job in Kearney.
Yeah,
I think
she's
at
going to
ABC
Kearney.
Drug.
Yep,
Yeah, so Michelle's at our store.
yep.
That's why I see her around.
Yeah.
But I think also Ord's notoriety in New York Times and other places that picked up your community development projects. I don't know how many people called me a year ago and said, we read about Ord, Nebraska in the New York Times. I said, really? Because I hadn't read the New York Times, which is good. I mean, it's good, positive publicity. And if it draws people back, that's terrific. So that's a success. Parent support, pretty good at school.
I would say that
The
most
elementary,
parents is
like
great.
with parent-teacher conferences, the elementary is a very good percentage of people show up. High school, it's a little bit lower, but I don't know the percentage.
Well, and I think, you know, a little bit of the high school deal, you know, with Power School, you know, a lot of parents are so, you know, almost interactive with the
Yeah.
teachers of what's going on, because you got almost instantaneous access to grades, attendance, I mean, lunch count, did they eat lunch that day? I mean, you can pretty well track them. And then if you wanna have any communication with the teacher, you know, the easiest way is if you wanna do the direct email, you know, it's almost instantaneous. You know, if the teachers are in class, you don't get an immediate response, but
You do shortly.
within the day, you're going to have that communication.
And that's a good thing.
You know, so there's not a lot left out in the open there, especially at the high school level. 'Cause, you know,
I
you
just
can
always
even,
like going and making contact with the teacher, though. That was my whole.
you know, a lot of
See.
parents, if it's a work thing that, you know, you can't get away, and then if you come in at night, the lines get
Yeah, you wait
kind of
sometimes.
crazy. You know, and if you're conversing with the teacher, I think that plays into it.
And I think one of the things that I've really enjoyed too is that at the very, like the second or third day of school, they have open house.
Yeah, that's good.
And you actually go through your child's classes, and they show you how much time you have to pass. So when they tell you, geez, I don't have any time to pass between the hallway, and you can make it there, you know, then that kind of helps too.
Yep, sure does.
So, and I think that's very well done,
Yeah.
and which is good.
But I do think there could be more parent involvement
There
throughout the
School
year.
year.
You know, I know there's parents that would like to be more involved with their kids. Maybe aren't, or, you know, don't take the initiative to get involved. I mean, it's available, but,
Yeah.
you know, I just think there could be more.
There's availability, but sometimes, you know, whether parents take the initiative is one side. Some want to and don't. Some don't want to and don't
Yes.
try, and some try and avoid it. You know, you kind of see all parts of that spectrum. You know, Lonnie and I are elbow deep in, you know, we both have kids that are juniors, so getting ready for all prom activities. And, you know, that's, if you walk into my house, our whole kitchen table is covered with junior prom stuff. And I think Lonnie's is about the same way. And one of the things we talked about is, you know, we have these meetings, send out emails, call all the parents, and you get about